Welcome back to the Resilient Tourism podcast series, brought to you by EHL Hospitality Business School. This podcast is part of the Resilient Tourism Project, funded by InnoSuisse through the flagship program. Digital transformation isn't just about technology, it's about fostering deeper human connections. In Season 3, we explore high tech for high touch with leading experts and innovators, where we ask ourselves the following question. How can we balance technology and human touch in hospitality and tourism, where people are key to success? Today, we're joined by Francis Reichenbach, General Manager of Le Mirabeau Resort and Spa in Zermatt. Francis is an internationally seasoned hospitality professional with extensive experience across both luxury hotel chains and privately owned establishments. He brings a wealth of knowledge in every aspect of the hospitality industry. But beyond his technical expertise, it's Francis's true passion for making people happy that drives his every endeavor. Let's dive into this inspiring conversation.
Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome to our podcast series. Today, we have our honored speaker, Francis, to join us to talk about high tech and human touch. Francis, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Francis Reichenbach. I am General Manager at the Hotel Mirabeau in Zermatt. I run this family business together with my wife, Marie Reichenbach-Julen, in the third generation. The hotel is over 50 years old, and we've been in Zermatt for 11 years now.
Excellent. So my follow-up question is, can you please share something you are proud of, but we cannot find that on your CV or your LinkedIn profile?
Yes, so I'm proud of various things. I started out with a very traditional career start, gaining experience in large international hotel chains. After coming to Switzerland together with my wife, we underwent quite a tough transition into taking over the family business. This was a very strenuous and a difficult time with lots of challenges. And within that time, we've been able to undertake a lot of entrepreneurial projects, spanning from renovations to a new building to launching 3 restaurants. And all of this together, yes, with my wife and the family Julen. Yes, so I'm very proud of also the end result and the outcome of those projects.
Excellent. So can I ask a further question? So when you say that when you moved back to Switzerland,
yes,
you encountered many challenges. Can you share with us one or two of the challenges when you first came back?
So yes, we were still a bit younger. 11 years ago, we were fresh in our career, and there was always a bit of difference in perception on how to run the business. It was a mixture of old tradition together with new ideas, and there were always some discrepancies and discussions in decision making. But now with time, I think we've been able to prove ourselves, and it's easier to put through our ideas and to implement new standards and new ideas.
Well, this is really excellent because you have gone through this transition. And I believe that this is relevant for our audience to learn from you for your reflection on high tech and human touch. So we want to first ask you, what is high tech in the hospitality and tourism industry, in your opinion?
So high tech is moving at an incredible pace lately. I will start with a few basic examples. We mostly have high-tech tools within the front office and reservations department. For example, we send out our offers for guest inquiries over a tool called Simple Booking. Simple Booking is a tool that is linked to your PMS, but also enables you to send offers at lightning speed based on templates, but also personalized to your hotel's needs and also to your corporate identity. So it's a template that reflects Le Mirabeau in terms of design and culture and colors, and also obviously of the text and our offerings. Everything is personalized, but it's done extremely quickly just by filling out text fields.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So let's bring to the next question. So you tell us what is possible now. Simple booking is able to enable you to reach and interact with customers even before they come to your hotel. But in your imagination, what will be high tech 5 years from now?
I believe, to answer your question properly, many hotel establishments will implement AI into their daily processes, such as a chat function or even automatic replies, etc. We have not implemented many of those AI tools yet. We're a little bit slower and conservative. I think we want to first observe maybe other partner hotels and competitors, how they've implemented it. And once we have, taken note on how we want to implement it, then we can proceed accordingly. But we're still a little bit skeptical. We do not want to jump fully on this AI train yet.
I understand because your hotel is a four-star boutique hotel, independent hotel. And I think that's also bring in another question. Maybe you can share with us. For you as the GM for a four-star luxury boutique hotel, how can the education industry, how can education institutes help you to make decision about which kind of AI should you use? And how can we help you to find information or give you the market insight? What kind of help do you need?
Well, this is good question. It's a mixture of various sources, and also very much depends where you live. Here in Switzerland, our main partners is the Hotelier Association, Canton Valais. We have the Zermatt Tourism Board. There is also Schweiz Tourismus, which is on a national level. And then there's Gastro Social and Hotellerie Suisse, which are all very, very good indicators. They're also moving at a very fast pace to give us information on new trends and to also offer us the right tools to optimize our operation.
I really appreciate what you just said because I think all these non-for-profit professional organizations or the government agencies, they will be really thrilled to hear your recognition of their contribution to independent SMEs. Thank you so much for mentioning that. So my next question is this. In your opinion, what is high touch in our industry? What is human touch in our industry?
Yeah, well, I think to recap in a few words, it's just human interaction. That's what it is. And this is where I think we are very strong at the Mirabeau because that is mostly our strong point. We have lots of regular guests who come, who are returning guests since 10, 20, 30. We even have a guest has been coming since 40 years to the Mirabeau. I think we've counted 630 nights stay.
Wow.
He's from New York. He's 92 years old. And he says he comes back every year because he feels at home.
Excellent. This is the best compliment you can receive as a hotelier.
No, and so the human touch is quite easy. You need to treat your guests as extended family. You need to be interested in the person, in their birthday, in special events, in their children, in wedding dates, and people are ready to pay a lot of money for that.
Excellent. Excellent. Then, given the accelerating progress in technology, do
Yes,
you think human touch will still be relevant in the future?
always, always. I differentiate a vibrant business city hotel to a resort relaxation family hotel. I think in a business hotel, you can implement as many high tech tools as you want because things need to move fast and efficient, and the guest just wants a very good night's sleep. And I think he's into hotel facilities and a good breakfast and high tech tools. But in a family resort destination hotel, the guest will stay 1 to 2 weeks and he will be looking at high touch factors and not high tech.
Can you give us some examples of high touch examples?
Yeah, there are many. So high touch is a welcome card written by hand, a personal greeting at the arrival, um, a kids club. Kids club cannot be replaced by robots. Well, for the moment.
Yeah.
Very friendly breakfast staff. High touch, yes. Well, those are, I think, the ones that stay, yes. And also upon departure, also personal, yes, farewell from the management or someone. Those are high touch factors.
Your answers bring me some memories. I remember going to Japan with tour groups, and when we were ready to depart, all the staff from the hotels came out and said goodbye to us. It's something like that really keep in people's mind. So that's the human touch part. So then I want to ask you, in the future, we know that we are going to have more technology, but we believe human touch is still important. So what will be the competencies the hospitality and tourism professionals need to have? And you mentioned about human interaction. We take it for granted, but how do we prepare and train our new younger staff to deliver the human touch?
Um, well, I think if I understand the question properly, I think you need a mixture of high tech and high touch, but you need to be aware to not only work with high tech. Well, this is for in our case relevant. We only use high tech tools in order to optimize processes, to gain time, to save time, to make more time for revenue generating activities. For example, I use these tools so that I have more time to do project management, to attend networking events, to do sales trips, and maybe to go home earlier and spend time with the family.
Excellent. Excellent. This is beautiful. So I want to ask you, now you are not a hotelier anymore. Now you are a hotel guest. What
Mm-hmm.
are the most memorable human touch experiences you have as a hotel guest?
I think Yeah, just lately in Bangkok, we experienced something. So we were in Bangkok for my wife's birthday celebration. It was a big event in Bangkok with 30 participants, and we all stayed at a wonderful resort hotel in Bangkok by the Chao Phraya River. And then we checked out and moved to another hotel. And then the day of departure, before leaving from Bangkok to back to Zurich, my wife realized that she forgot her medicine in the minibar fridge. And this was midnight. Our flight was at 8 in the morning. And we were able, through the night auditor, as well as through coordination with Uber Eats, to have the medicine delivered to our room within 45 minutes through the whole city of Bangkok. We did not even have to get out of our bed.
Amazing.
So that's incredible service. Yeah, that's I've never seen before.
Amazing. Amazing. Now, I want to ask you another question. Now you are back to as a hotelier.
Yes.
So what are the most stressful challenges facing hoteliers now?
That's quite easy. So the first one is, both sides. It's very demanding guests with high expectations because there's full transparency, and guests, they do travel a lot. So they are also, in their own respect, familiar with hotels, and they like to compare us. They like to compare our hotel to other hotels. So that one is to meet their demands and expectations. That's a very tough one. Secondly, also is just, team members and staff, finding them, training them, keeping them motivated, dealing with sick leaves, accidents. So just maintaining a strong team is very difficult.
So what are your tips to share to deal with these two challenges?
Tips. So with the guests, with the guests, there's a tool. It's a tool within reputation management, which is called Trust You. So Trust You is like it's like a search engine that accumulates all of the complaints that is mentioned about your hotel all over the web. And then it is accumulated on a platform, and you can answer to all of those complaints directly. And the faster you reply and the better your answer, the higher your ranking. And this ranking you can integrate as a widget onto your website. And people very much look at this when in the booking process. If you have a good reputation management score, you gain more trust in the guest in the booking process.
What about the labor talent shortage?
Yeah. Well, this one we're working on. It's quite a tough one, but yeah, you need to be very present on different. How do you call it? On recruitment platforms. Yes, you need to keep your job descriptions well written and interesting, but that's not enough nowadays. You need to offer incentives and maybe a bonus system, and you need to promote internal promotion, and you need to offer career aspects. And that's only just to recruit the person. And then when they're in-house, there's a whole bunch of other things you also need to look out for. You need to do staff outings. You need to do performance appraisals. The list goes on and on. HR, I think, is a very, very complicated department to master in a hotel. because you're dealing enormously with human touch. And every person is different. Every person has feelings and emotions, has their own life problems, and you cannot avoid any of it.
I really like your answers because your answers show that technologies are there to help us. And whenever you can find a technology solution that is easier to manage, like what you say about reviews, you found a technology platform to manage reviews, and you can actually leverage it for your own website. On the other hand, the human part, how do you recruit and retain and develop your talent? This is something technology cannot help, and it will take you time and effort to actually get this done. And I really appreciate your uh, observation.
Yeah, no, HR. Well, we did implement a new tool in HR, which I'm very happy about, because we were losing a lot of time at the end of the month with pay slips and working hours. In Swiss law, it needs to be signed. And it took us a lot of time every month to have all of our 55 employees to sign this payslip. And this is really a task which we didn't have enough time for. So there is a new app called Favor, and you can completely digitalize it. So every team member needs to download this app, and they will receive payslips, working hours, and roster all online and up to date. So they don't need to ask anymore, what is my working schedule? They have it directly on their smartphone. And they can also just accept the payment slip with one push of a button, and that replaces the having to sign the payslip. We actually save like up to 3 hours a month with this app.
Excellent example. So at the end of this podcast, I would like to ask you if there are anything you want to share with our audience in terms of high tech and high touch or human touch.
Well, yes. I mean, I think what we need to mention is that you need a mixture of both. I don't think you can only have either one or the other, but that mixture depends on your property. There's no rule. You just need to sit down and take a step back and actually, which we learned in hotel school, do a SWOT analysis, listen to the market, be aware of new trends, and then you can define the mixture of high tech, high touch that you need.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your time and insight. And we will get back to you if we hear anything from the audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
And this is the end of the episode. This has been an exciting conversation between Maggie and Francis. Thank you for listening, and do not miss our upcoming episodes featuring renowned experts in the field. See you soon.